Welcome to Digital Marketing Intelligence Ask the Experts, a live bi-weekly show to help you know what to do and what's new in digital marketing for 2021 and beyond. Ask questions, suggest topics, and grow faster with actionable insights and proven strategies from the world's leading experts. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Digital Marketing Intelligence for Entrepreneurs Ask the Experts. I'm Marissa Morgan, today's show host, and I'm also the Business Development Manager at Engage. On behalf of myself and the whole team at Engage, I want to welcome you to today's show. Okay, today's topic is one that so many people are going to be joining us for because it's a very hot topic and it revolves around a social media platform that many of us just don't quite understand. What do you think about TikTok? Is it something that you understand? Do you know how to use TikTok to market your business? Do you think that you have to dance on TikTok to be successful? Well, today we're talking about marketing your B2C businesses on TikTok, and our very much inspirational keynote speaker and TikTok expert will be joining us to share exactly how to do that and share that no, you don't need to dance to have success on TikTok. And be sure to stick around because after today's talk with my special guest, of course, I will share our Engage digital marketing news of the week. This week, we're sharing a must-read article about digital and technology hard trends happening in 2021. A must-read article, so don't forget to stick around for that. Now, before I introduce you to our very special guest who's standing by in San Diego, I want to tell you a little bit more about what Engage is. Engage is a digital cloud-based platform that offers you 25 plus free forever tools to help you with your sales, marketing, and support. It is also a platform that helps you optimize your customer experience. Our tools help you to provide convenience for your customers by engaging customers where they are, which could be on your website or other social media platforms. Our platform also gives you tools to help you build trust, tools to help you personalize engagement, also give your customers and leads specific product recommendations that help to build the trust and show that you care about their needs, right? And helping solve their pain points. Now, you can sign up for Engage online. It is free forever, and you can sign up at engage.com, www.ngagge.com. So make sure to hop over to engage.com after today's show to check that out. Now, before I introduce you to our guest, I want to share one more nugget about a program that Engage just launched a couple months ago, and that is called Engage Live. Now, what is Engage Live? It is a program that gives you, whether you're a CEO, a small business owner, maybe you're wanting to get into the world of brand influencing. It's a program that gives you the tools you need to start your own live stream. Why is live streaming such a huge thing in today's digital market? It's because live streaming allows you to build trust and sell more. Live streaming allows you to engage with your audience, to reach unlimited leads and to scale faster. And of course, live streaming also allows you to track results and grow smarter. Our Engage Live program gives you show strategy, the scripts you need, the streaming software will also give you access to moderators like myself who can host a show or provide interviewing experience for you, help you promote your show, and also give you repurposed video links and access to analytics as well. Sounds great, right? Check out Engage Live. I'll go ahead and put that up on the screen. You can screenshot that. Check out our engagelive.com website after today's show, and you can learn more about this incredible program. Okay, Well, now the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm really excited to get started with today's topic and to introduce you to today's special guest. She is joining us from San Diego. Her name is Kenya Kelly. Now, if you don't know who Kenya Kelly is, you need to. As an accomplished business executive, teacher, and very inspirational speaker, Kenya found her voice by writing and speaking about understanding your God given purpose and living up to your fullest potential. She is the CEO of If You Brand It, a branding and consulting firm based in San Diego, California, where she strategically helps business owners go from the formulation stage of business to developing $1 million brands. Kenya, this is the why she's here today, decided to learn about the TikTok platform as a way to market her business during the pandemic. Now, this is very impressive to me. I'm sure it is to you as well. In just 12 short months, Kenya has grown her TikTok account to over 400,000 followers and growing. And she has helped many of her clients also reach not only millions of dollars, but hundreds and thousands of followers as well. So, Kenya is here today to teach us how to market our B2C businesses on TikTok and completely shut down the rumor that you need to be able to dance in order to have success on TikTok. Now, we are a global show. I'm broadcasting live from Minnesota, the city of Wayzata, just west of Minneapolis. Kenya is joining us from San Diego today. So please drop us a note. Let us know where you're joining us from. Anywhere in the world, we'd love to say hello to you. And this is a great time. If you have questions or comments that you want to share about TikTok, drop those comments in the comment section below. And I promise we'll get to every single question during our show. Okay, without further ado, Kenya Kelly, welcome to Digital Marketing Intelligence for the Entrepreneurs. Thank you for being today's TikTok expert.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here and to share.
I'm so excited for you to be here too. And fun fact, right? I knew Kenya Kelly had a really cool background, right? That she uses for all of her live streams. I couldn't remember the colors. And I went with this awesome maroon and white top only to join her this morning and say, oh my goodness, if we aren't in sync today, I don't know who is, because we
Exactly.
nailed it, even on
Yes, we did.
accident.
Absolutely.
I didn't mean to match, but hey, we're going with it because
Yeah,
it just shows
coordinate.
how in sync we are.
Yeah.
By the way, we're already getting comments in the comment section. So I'm going to share them all, Kenya, as they come in. We like to welcome every viewer personally to our live stream. So Shelly is joining us from just up the road from me in northern Minnesota, Duluth. Welcome to our show, Shelly. If you guys have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comment section and I will definitely bring them on and we'll answer them during our live show. Now, this is also a great time before Kenya starts her talk to share the link to this live stream. Maybe you have friends or colleagues that you think might benefit from Kenya's tips on TikTok. You can use the little share button at the bottom of the screen, the little arrow, to actually share this live talk either in a private message to somebody or write to a post on your very own page. And one thing we're learning, and Kenya, I know you'll agree, that a great way to get more followers is to share valuable content
Exactly.
online.
Mhm.
So even though you may not be, the guest speaker for this talk, sharing our talk will get your followers more engaged on your own page. So consider doing that. Okay, another hello to Amy joining us from Arlington, Virginia, and to Robert, who's all the way up in Ontario, Canada. Woo woo. All right, guys. Well, Kenya's here. We've got her live and captive for about 45 minutes. Kenya, tell us a little bit more about your initial interest in TikTok and what initially drew you to even hop on the platform and then start to use it to market your business. How did that happen?
For sure. So back in 2020, I was focused on like brand design services, teaching people how to build their brands online and also designing their brands. And I'm somebody who always prays for business strategies. And so I was praying in 2020 for business strategy, mainly because the pandemic was happening. And I was afraid, like most people, that I wouldn't have a business anymore because people wouldn't be able to afford to work with me because of their jobs and all this stuff. And so in the midst of that, I felt like I had heard God tell me to get onto TikTok, which I thought I was going crazy because I was like, why would I get on TikTok? Everybody's dancing, being goofy. That makes no sense. But I did it anyway, just in case I heard right.
I love that. So you really feel like you were in a place of needing to pivot and make a change, as many of us have been during the pandemic. And
Mm-hmm.
you literally had just an enlightening, a inspirational moment where you felt that this was your calling. This was your next step.
Yes, I thought it was the craziest like epiphany. But I did it.
You know what? It's almost like it fell from the sky. It hit you in the head and you had to do it. And now you're probably saying, wow, like I'm really glad I listened to my inspiration, my
Yeah.
intuition.
Yeah.
So, well, that's interesting
Definitely.
because we're going to get into this talk about how to use TikTok to market your business. And I'll be honest, TikTok for me is something that I felt wasn't for me either, right? It seems like it was just for young people, just for entertainment purposes only. And then there was all this hubbub about TikTok maybe not even lasting because of the political side of things. So
Yeah.
when there was talk that TikTok was going to maybe go away, that was another reason for me to say, "Oh, I'm not going to bother." Did you ever think that, or you just said no? Like my intuition says, do it.
Oh, I dealt with all types of stuff. I mean, because one, my own thought was like, this doesn't make sense. And then when former President Trump was talking about banning it, I was concerned because I had started building my platform there. And then all of my marketing friends were like, no, you heard wrong. You're wasting your time. Nobody can make money on TikTok. And I was very discouraged, but I am very relentless. And so I'm like, I could completely waste my time here. Or what if this is my moment, my Uber moment where I could have invested in Uber stock years ago? What if this is my moment of TikTok of getting into something on the ground floor? And I just said, I'm going to keep going. If I waste my time, then that's fine.
Well, we are so glad you did. And we're really excited you're here to share with us how to better market our businesses on TikTok. So, for
Mm.
everybody watching right now on LinkedIn Live, I'm going to share a show outline with you, and I'll read through it for those of you listening via our podcast audio. So, today we're going to be talking with Kenya about the advantages that TikTok brings to marketers. We'll talk about the visibility, over 100 million users. We'll talk about how it's easy to go viral via TikTok. We'll talk about content. We'll also talk about using hashtags and also the For You feed, providing a good chance for your content to be seen by new audiences. So that's what we're going to start with. And then we'll move on to the 5 types of content that work for TikTok. And we'll go through those. We'll talk about, again, using hashtags and then how ultimately to get people on TikTok into your funnel. If you're in marketing, if you're in sales, that's obviously your end goal is to get those leads, to get them through your funnel, and to ultimately convert more customers and sell more. So let's kick off our talk, Kenya, with the advantages of TikTok. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the whole screen and just let you take it away. Everybody's listening very intensely. And I'm going to share this link right now on Facebook so more of our viewers start to tune in. So share with us, what are some of the advantages that TikTok will give marketers?
Yeah. So one of the things to understand is that like everything has changed the way that we do marketing. Our attention span is extremely short. And so whereas most of us would spend an hour, 2 hours, whatever, consuming content, we are bouncing from here to here to here to here. And when we look at things like TikTok, TikTok is a marketing platform. So I don't look at it as it is the quote unquote new wave of the future. It's a marketing source. So years ago, none of us were posting our businesses on LinkedIn Live or Facebook Live. We didn't even know what that was. And now we've changed our way of marketing and we've done it on social media. What happens with TikTok is a very creative platform. It's short form video is what it's called. And yes, it started with people dancing and being goofy and all that. But to me, I look at it as it's like Super Bowl Sunday. So we all know that when we watch Super Bowl, that Doritos is going to come with it. Doritos, Mountain Dew, Budweiser, and Bud Light. They're going to come with the most amazing, creative, quick commercials to get you to buy their products and services. That's short form video, even though it's on television. And so when we look at things like TikTok, this creative platform gives you an opportunity to take the same products and services you're trying to sell, but use it more creatively, right? Making it more fun. And so when I started creating, like I was already creating content on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, but when I started shifting how I was creating it and putting it on TikTok, one, I started having more fun. Two, my customers started to have more fun. And three, I watched way more people start engaging with my content. And even when I started putting those videos on Facebook and Instagram, people were more attentive because it was something different. And what we always are looking to do is what we call stopping the scroll, causing somebody who's scrolling along to stop and watch whatever our marketing message is. And so TikTok gives you the creative inspiration, and it gives you the organic massive audience to be able to market your message faster.
I like that saying, the stop the scroll, because I'm sure all of you watching right now are as guilty as I am of boredom scrolling,
Yes.
procrastination scrolling, can't sleep scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
And we probably scroll through. I mean, I'm sure there might actually be a percentage, a statistic out there, but we probably scroll through 95% of content that's out there, without stopping on very much, because we're just conditioned to scroll.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, stopping the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit about, well, I guess explain to me why TikTok works well for B2C businesses specifically. Can I ask you that question?
For
Because
sure.
there's B2B and B2C, and today we're really talking about B2C. Why is TikTok a good choice for B2C businesses?
So the number one reason is because people are on TikTok for entertainment, the same way that we do on Facebook and Instagram. We go to these platforms to be entertained because we're bored or whatever we want to do. And because you've got millions of people, like especially when the pandemic hit, people were really looking for a place for way more entertainment, and people were fighting on Facebook and Instagram over the election, COVID, mask this, all the stuff. And so TikTok became this new thing that wasn't fighting, and it wasn't political or whatever. And so as a business owner, we know that, okay, there's over 100 million people, this is in the US alone, that have downloaded the app, which means that you've got 100 million Americans, if you're in America, scrolling that are bored. And we know as marketers that our job is to come in and stop the scroll, right? And when you go to a place like TikTok and you create this marketing message, they're there to be whatever their entertainment is. And when you come along and you use your marketing message, it's slightly entertaining, but also targeting them in their pain point or whatever it is they're in need of, you're going to stop the scroll. And it's an opportunity to really, really, really reach more people organically in a more fun, creative way. Because this is where marketing is going, to short form video.
And that is so true. Video right now is one of the most powerful ways to market your business, not only obviously through commercials and through television, but online, even through emails, through video messaging, through live streams. And one thing that we talk about a lot on our biweekly show is giving away valuable or invaluable, however you want to say it, information to your target market or your target demographic, right? Especially if you are perhaps like a coach or a consultant, a marketing professional, a strategist, giving information. And you can do that when you use the different video platforms and the different options. You can give somebody an idea of what it's like to work with you. And I think you're probably the queen at being able to do that. We'll talk in just a second about 5 different types of content that work well on TikTok. But I would love to just hear, just because your experience happened during the pandemic and you're not of the demographic that's getting up on TikTok and just dancing for fun, and then all of a sudden, you've got a lot of followers. So then a product is coming to you like, hey, Kenya, will you advertise these granola bars for me? That's not really how it started for you. So can you share with us kind of what it was like when you first got on TikTok? Maybe some of the problems you experienced, some confusion. Was it difficult to learn the platform? Maybe a few of your first time experiences and maybe some very basic tips for someone who's wanting to get onto TikTok for the first time.
Yeah, so I felt like a 110-year-old grandma when I first got onto TikTok. I was like, what is going on? I just turned 40 last month, but I felt extremely, because it was mostly people that were in their teens or early 20s. It was a lot of dancing. I'm a really good dancer, but I wasn't used to dancing for business. And so when I got onto the platform, it was very overwhelming. It was very stressful. I looked at all the buttons on the app and was like, what in the world? What is going on? Like, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of my TikTok, you will see really, really bad TikTok videos because I didn't know what I was doing. And so it was very stressful. In addition to everything else that was going on in the world, and just like knowing that I could focus on Facebook and Instagram and I could keep growing my business, it was like, why would I take all this energy to learn this app? But I told myself, I'm not going to let this app get the best of me. I'm better than this. I had to have self-talk. And, each day I was just like, okay, let's just focus on creating one video, just record a video. Like, I know all these buttons are here, but I don't know how to use them. And so I started just recording videos of me, like in general. I started dancing, being goofy, doing what's called duets, because I didn't know if people would be interested in my business content until after I went viral once. And I think I gained like 400 followers or something. I saw someone do a piece of content, and it was like, wait, business people are here. And then it clicked, this is on. Even though they may not be wanting to hear this from me right now, let me just start. And so I just started teaching business, and it was crickets. Nobody was watching, nobody was engaging, nobody was following. But I said, no, this is the same thing I did with my Facebook audience, my Instagram audience. I will do the same thing on TikTok, and eventually it's going to take off.
I like that you shared that at first it was crickets, because that is a very important thing to keep in mind anytime you're starting something new with digital marketing, whether that's a weekly live stream or you're getting onto a platform for the very first time. It's all about being consistent, right, in posting and creating the content. It is also all about consistency and, being and choosing the right place to be also for your demographic as well.
Yeah.
One question I also just want to ask you, in terms of the demographic on TikTok, many of us probably do think it's mostly the younger generation, the dancing, the fun, the entertaining. Are you seeing a shift in that demographic at all as more people are starting to use TikTok for marketing?
Oh, absolutely. Once something happened, what happened? Like, I think it was like midsummer, you started watching like millions of people that were in their 30s, 40s, and 50s go into the app. They weren't creating, but they were consuming. And so as I started posting out more content, then I started using hashtags, and we'll talk about that later, but hashtags over 30, over a hashtag adult TikTok. And I started reaching people that were in that demographic, but I wasn't sure at first because it was a lot of young people. And I had a lot of people that were in my comments like, would you be my mom? And I was like, okay, yeah, so this clearly is the younger generation. But I just, but I've watched it completely shifting now. I still have young people talking to me, but I have way more people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s that are engaging with my content now.
That's great. Well, I'm excited to hear your advice on hashtags in just a little bit, because I never thought to use a hashtag that actually calls out a certain demographic of people. That seems so basic, but brilliant at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, and I'm going to put up our slide for those of you watching. Let's talk about 5 types of content that work well on TikTok: copycat, educational, business, live stream, and then your own. So let's start with this idea of copycat content. What is that exactly?
Yeah, so I'm trying to fend my cat off from coming on camera.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. We love pet photo bombs or live stream bombs.
She will sit right here on camera. But copycat content. So TikTok is not like any other social media platform, right? So if we're creating content on Facebook, we're creating original content because we don't want to be a copycat TikTok is not like that. So if someone comes on and they do some type of trend, it could be around Chipotle or whatever. People take that trend and either they will repeat it the exact same way or they'll do it differently, meaning that I may see something about people talking about what it's like to have Zoom meetings as a kid, right? And I'll take that same type of trend and go, this is my Zoom meetings with clients. And it's more relatable to the business audience. And so it's copying exactly what you see on the platform.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. And then our next idea is educational content for TikTok. And I know I've seen some really cool educational videos stemming everywhere from parenting,
Mm-hmm.
to DIY home projects, to
Mm-hmm.
baking, to how to videos on how to do things on TikTok, where they're like, hey, or how to take photos and do certain kinds of editing with photos. So I've seen a lot of educational content. Seems
Yep.
like that's a big chunk of content on TikTok.
Yeah, it's really growing. Now, you still got majority of the things are people dancing and being funny because that's where TikTok started. But now we as professionals, now we're on there. And then also the algorithm is targeting you now. So you've engaged with the educational stuff. So you're going to see a whole lot more of that. But like the educational stuff is working now. And now TikTok has something that's called Learn TikTok, which is where you use a certain hashtag and you become a part of the teaching platform. So oftentimes when I want to learn how to do some type of DIY, like I just moved and I have this nice patio and I saw this DIY, how to make the most fabulous patio under a budget. And I was like, oh, we're doing that outside. But I never could have seen that on Facebook because they weren't doing these 15-second clips. But it's educational is really taking off on TikTok.
I love that. Speaking of educational, Jonathan Swartz just tuned in, and he is tuning in from Massachusetts, North Adams, Massachusetts. He is very much, and not really educational, but he's very much into music. He follows me on Facebook, and he just shared that he's been going up to Tanglewood for some wonderful concerts. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for joining us for today's talk on TikTok. I think one thing that's interesting and why TikTok has grown so much during the pandemic is because we also so many things were taken away from us, talking about concerts, right? I know Jonathan's a big concert person. I just went to my first concert last week, first concert in a year and a half. A lot of people, especially if you live alone, let's say, had a lot more free time on their hands.
Yes.
Maybe a lot of us were doing more DIY home projects. I know I was. So TikTok all of a sudden became a really cool outlet, like you said, for us to learn so much more and also learn things very quickly. These video clips are quick, right?
Yes.
Love that. So we're talking about copycat content on TikTok, now educational. Let's talk about business content because in my mind, I think business content TikTok, it's not a match, but you're here today to say wrong, it is a match. So what kind of business content do you see and are you using and creating for TikTok, Kenya?
For sure. So when I look at what's happening with business content, it's the exact same thing that's happening on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, except it's being cut down into 1-minute clips and it's becoming a little bit more entertaining, right? So I teach on business tips and TikTok tips. Another person teaches on Instagram or may teach about funnels or email marketing. Another one of our students, she teaches on copywriting. But then we have like 3 clients that are actual attorneys, family law, immigration, and workers' compensation. And they're teaching about, if you have a workers' compensation case, here's what to do. Here's what not to do. And the average person will say, but why would somebody be interested in that? Because the demographic is there because they're bored. They're going there for entertainment. And here you are telling this funny story about workers' compensation or answering hot questions. And they didn't know that they needed it until they saw you on the feed. And that's the exact same thing that happened on Facebook. We didn't know that we wanted to learn about octopuses until we're scrolling on Facebook and then Octonation pops up and you're like, well, what is that? And next thing you know, you're hooked into all these videos from Octonation. But so that's what happens on TikTok with business content.
That is so crazy. Isn't it weird too? I mean, we all know Big Brother's listening and watching, but you watch one clip on something and all of a sudden you're watching a clip on something else. And then one day you're You're saying to yourself like you did, I really want to make my patio like better. I want to make my patio the bomb for summer. And then before you know it, it's like your phone or your computer's like, what'd you say? Did
Yeah.
you want some DIY patio videos like pronto? And you're like it's a little creepy. It's
Yeah.
partially like algorithms, I know, and partially the way that things are set to listen and hear and all that.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy. But at the same time, I think it helps benefit people because it helps make information more available to them once
Mm-hmm.
they're searching for things. Um, it's very interesting. Let's
Mm-hmm.
talk about live streaming. You and I are live right now. You're in San Diego. I'm in Wayzata, Minnesota. We've got people watching from all over the globe, from Massachusetts to Ontario to Arlington to Duluth. Let's talk about live streaming. Can you live stream through TikTok?
You absolutely can. Once you get to your first 1,000 followers on TikTok, you have the live stream capability and you have the dual live stream, very similar to what we're doing right now.
No way.
Yep.
So that's even another benefit to work on creating content so that you can get more followers. So
Yes.
ultimately, you have more benefits and more tools to engage.
Yes, for sure. Like one of the things people ask me all the time, how are you selling on TikTok? Well, I sell in my regular videos, I sell in my bio, but I do a lot of selling when I'm on live stream because if people have connected with me about business content and they have more questions, I can serve the same way I would on LinkedIn or on Facebook and then do Q&A and then offer my products and services. And this is exactly what I do. I serve my audience well every single day and I offer my products and services because people always want you, more of you or whatever your thing is. And so same thing.
And then our last opportunity for content on TikTok is obviously creating your own content.
Yeah.
Any great examples of things that you created that you thought were interesting or things you've seen on TikTok that inspired you?
Yeah. So I think it was last summer, I was watching something and someone talked about going through a divorce. And I've talked about divorce some online, but I never really went into detail. And one day I just decided to jump in on this trend. And I said, I was devastated with my ex-husband, yada, yada, yada. But instead of being bitter, I decided to write a book. And so randomly, within like maybe 2 seconds max, I showed my book and the video goes viral. It goes super viral. I ended up landing on TikTok's Discover page, which is a big deal. I ended up being #1 in self-care for 6 months over Tyra Banks. And my book started selling like crazy on Amazon. And this was just me sharing, like, I went through a divorce. It was sad, but instead of staying mad, I decided to write a book. And it was just something that I did. And I have watched this thing just take off. And what that did was like, it had caused all these women that have gone through divorce to start asking me questions and like wanting advice and stuff. And it prompted me. I then ended up creating a course, a free course, where I walked women through how I went through my healing journey. And a ton of them got the course. They also booked me for consulting because they're like, I want to work with you as a business person. And I'm like, who knew from that one little video?
That's awesome. That's really awesome. It is interesting because, I remember growing up as a kid, my mom would always say, hey, Marissa, whatever we're talking about, it's what you make of it, right?
Yeah.
That thing you make of it. Hey, school is what you make of it. Your job is what you make of it. Well, any of these social media platforms, I feel like that same kind of life lesson really holds true. It's what you make of it. You
Yeah.
have to be willing to be consistent, and you do have to put in the time, certainly, to learn the platform.
Yeah.
We shared in your bio, Kenya, that you in just 12 short months, right? Is how we word that in 12 short months. But hey, listen, we all know 12 months is not short. Like a year is a long time, but to grow from 0 to 400,000 in 12 months, it didn't happen overnight,
No.
but it did happen in 12 months with you staying consistent and
Yeah.
you being, you putting in the work. So
Yeah.
there's
And I had
nothing
moments.
magical out there.
I'll tell you that those that are listening, I had my moments. I wanted to quit so many times when I didn't know how to use the buttons, when people weren't watching my videos, when they weren't engaging, when they weren't following. I had all of these moments, but I kept going, who are you giving up on? You're giving up on you. What if you keep going? And I look back and I'm like 400,000 followers, $250,000 later. I'm like, what if I would have gave up when I couldn't figure out how to use the 3-second timer? Like, where would I be today? You know?
Wow. See, now if that's not inspirational, I quit, because you're right. When you, especially if you are your own business, it's really important to remember that you're doing this for yourself. You're
Yeah.
doing this maybe for your family, right?
Mhm.
Um, Really cool, really cool, really inspirational. By the way, we just got a great question. I think this is a question many people might have as well. So I'm going to put it on the screen and give you a chance to answer.
Yeah.
Danielle, who says, if you're planning to use TikTok for marketing your business, should you create an account for that specific business, or should you just market the business from your personal account? That's a huge question. And I'm glad she asked, because I have the same question. What
For
do you
sure.
think?
Yeah. So Danielle, when I think about it as a brand, as like from a branding perspective, like before you think about TikTok, you have to ask yourself, what is the brand? Who is the brand? Kenya Kelly is a personal brand, right? So I am operating from the Kenya Kelly platform. If my agency, if you brand it, got onto TikTok and the agency is the agency, and we're talking about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it's not actual face, then we're going to create content based off of if you brand it. So if Danielle is a personal brand, then you would create content from your account or whatever. But if you know that your ultimate goal is for people to know your business brand, then you want to create an account focused on that brand, or you're going to confuse people that are starting to follow you for all these different things.
Good answer. Good answer. Danielle, let us know if that helps give you some clarification. If you have any other questions for Kenya, please drop them in the comment section. We've got her live and captive in San Diego for about another 10 minutes. So let's talk about hashtags. Please help us dispel rumors of what the right thing to do is versus the
Yeah,
wrong thing to do. Is there such a thing as too many? Help us understand the best way to not only use TikTok hashtags, but to get the best return on our hashtag investment, I guess you could say.
for sure. So a lot of us that are like TikTok marketers, we're always learning TikTok. And so the only people that actually know for sure is TikTok. But my personal opinion, well, okay, on the platform, oftentimes people feel like I want to go viral, I want to gain more followers, and they're focused on the vanity metrics, which is fine. But if you're a business, your goal is to generate leads. You want your target audience to see your content, opt into your email list, and or buy your products and services. And so there are hashtags on TikTok, like of course millions of hashtags you can use. And one of the most famous hashtags is the hashtag FYP, which stands for you page, which is TikTok's feed page. And there's a misconception that if you use the hashtag FYP, that's what's going to put you on TikTok's for you page. But that's not actually what happens. When you use a hashtag, you're sending a message to TikTok. You're telling TikTok, send this content to anyone that has used that hashtag and that has interacted with content using that hashtag. But also send me all the content of people that have used that hashtag as well. So if you are let's just say you are a plumbing company and you use the hashtag FYP, well, you're sending your plumbing videos to any and everyone that has used the hashtag FYP, when you actually should be using the hashtags that are like need plumber or plumbing in Seattle or something like that.
Or hashtag damn, my drain is so clogged.
Yeah, clogged drain. Yeah, things like that. You want to send your
Hashtag
content to
hairball.
people that exact hairball, yes, that are looking for what it is that you are doing, which is why oftentimes I use the hashtag adult TikTok, over 30 TikTok. When I post the divorce content, it's divorced women, ex-wife, ex-wives, because I'm trying to talk to those people.
So, from what I'm hearing and the examples you just gave, using hashtags that are very specific,
Yes.
niche, demographically, oriented, are much better in terms of getting the engagement from the target demographic you're hoping to get.
Yeah.
Those are
Mhm.
much better than big general TikTok related hashtags?
For sure, because there's always a challenge. That's like there's a TV show coming back out called Gossip Girl, and
Oh.
they're promoting Gossip Girl right now. And so everybody's using the hashtag Gossip Girl, but they don't realize that if you're a business person, you're targeting all the young people that want to see Gossip Girl when you really should be targeting your content to the people that want to do business with you.
Very interesting. So make sure your hashtags are targeting the people that you want to do business with you. Seems
Yeah.
obvious, but then also because they're hashtags and some people are just learning how to use them,
Yeah.
mistakes in essence can be made in that learning curve
Sure.
process.
Mm-hmm.
You have a favorite hashtag you like to use specifically that covers, all of your businesses, or is there a hashtag or two that work very well for certain? I know you mentioned the divorce, kind of niche, but you have a favorite hashtag or like a hashtag that you've used that you're like, oh, I'll never use that again?
So I'll never use a hashtag anything political. Now, Democrat, Republican, no, because I'm not very political. But if you use any of that, oh my God, or election 22, oh no, that you will be. It gets bad. It gets bad real quick. So I would never ever use that ever again. But my favorite hashtags are always business owner, small business owner, adult TikTok, and I can always reach the people I'm trying to reach with those.
Great tips. Great tips. Danielle says, thank you so much. That makes so much sense. Your answer to her question. And Amy Lane says, that's really interesting and helpful.
Yay.
And then Shweta, I think, just says hello. She's joining us right now from India.
Shweta.
My favorite thing I will have to say in the world of digital marketing, right? We're live streaming right now, which is a perfect example of a tool that we now all have access to, whether you're on TikTok or you're using something like LinkedIn Live, or you're using, just a platform to live stream to Facebook, or you're using even Facebook or Instagram's new live tools. It's a great way to connect with people all over the globe. And it's a great way, as we learned yesterday from our guest, Daniel Burris, it's a great way to remember that we really are all brothers and sisters. We are all related.
Yeah.
Many of us have the same pain points, even though we live in different places and we're different ages and different backgrounds. So I think it's really neat that all of these different social media platforms give us the chance to connect with people. Yeah. Speaking of connecting with people, before we get into how to get people down your TikTok funnel, you shared a story with me when we first spoke. Not necessarily a story, but more like a problem that you sometimes have when you go to live events because of your following on TikTok. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Yes.
Okay. I would love for you to just share with us one of the things that can happen when you become quote unquote TikTok famous. Because I think this is interesting. It does show though, and the reason I'd love for you to just share this example of something that you encounter, it does show how much we affect people.
Yes.
And how much people are influenced by us on occasion, depending. So share with us sometimes what you experience in regards to how people react when they meet you.
Yeah. So one of the two things. One thing that happened was when I announced that I had gone through divorce. I think I made an official announcement, but when it just kind of came out, people were so hurt. And I was like, why are they so hurt? It's like, oh, because I'm a public personality. And so they were invested. And it was like, I was winning and so were they. And I was like, oh, okay. So when I'm sad, they're sad. But the other thing that happened to me was I started to kind of go to different events and people would come up to me and they would just start talking. And I'm looking at them like, I have no idea who this person is. And you're like, how do you say that to a person? But they can tell on your face that you're like, and I had someone who got very upset with me and I had to kind of take them to the side and go, hey, I need you to understand that you see me every day because I'm on like big video. I don't see you every day. I see your name and you talk to me, but I'm not seeing your face every day. And so I started like teaching people online, hey, you've got these people that you have connected with online, but you have to introduce yourself to them when you meet them in person because you know them, but they don't know you. And what that does is that helps a person go, oh yeah, like I know their whole life story. They know nothing about me and they don't even know my face. And it just kind of helps with when you're meeting people that you know online or you look up to or whatever. Because I mean, I know Oprah, but she's gonna look at me like, "Who are you?" You know.
I hope I meet Oprah and she looks at me like, "Who are you?" Because I'm going to be like, "It doesn't matter. I
Exactly.
met
All of
Oprah.
us. Oprah.
I got an Oprah meeting. You got an Oprah meeting. You got an Oprah meeting."
Exactly.
But that is something that people need to think about too. So if you decide to transition to using TikTok to promote your
Mhm.
business, remember that you, if it's going to be you, are the face of, the content, the account, the business, the branding, the messaging. So remember that people do follow you. People do listen to what you say. People do care, and people can be influenced and affected. So make sure that you use your your your
Influence.
plan and your influence wisely, I think is
Yeah.
another. Yeah.
And I'll say this, like one of my things has been with my influence. I didn't think I was influential, but when I realized that I was influential, especially in the middle of 2020, I said, okay, everybody's fighting. What can I do to bring people together? And so I started doing funny things on TikTok and on Facebook that were not race related or election related, that would just cause people to talk. And all these funny things would happen in the comment section. And at the bottom of it, I would say, look at how we are all so much alike. And, and I would just remind people that, hey, we're just all the same, all these same comments. And so when you want to be mad at somebody for this or this, just remember they're just like you.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that so much. Well, let's end our talk today talking about how to get people on TikTok into your sales funnel. And for people watching who are not sure what that means, I'll just give you the mic on this and let you kind of start how broad you want to start and kind
Yeah.
of get us to that answer.
For
So,
sure. So we all know as business people that our job is to get leads in the door, right? We know that everybody that sees our product and service is not automatically going to be ready to buy from us the moment that we are offering it, right? And so what our job is to give people something that causes them to join our email list. Now, sometimes people think that email marketing is dead. It's alive and well. It's doing extremely well. And so one of the things that I teach people is that when you're building on TikTok and any other social media platform, that it's important that in your bio, the clickable link in your bio, that you're offering people something, some opportunity to do something with you. It's kind of like if you go to Sephora.com right now, they're going to offer you 10% off your first order if you give them your email list, your email address. And what that does is that gives them a lead to be able to sell you stuff in the future, and it gives you 10% off. And so when you're on TikTok and you're talking to your target customer, you got to think about what is one of the number one things that I could offer to my customer that they would want, that would cause them to give me their email address. If you are a plumber, maybe you're giving 10% off your first order or free whatever it is, but they have to give you their email address. And so you're putting that in the clickable link in your bio, and on a regular basis, you are driving people to your bio. So like we have a 5-day video challenge that we're doing, and I'm constantly teaching people. And I'm like, if you want to learn more about short video, join our free challenge. And people are joining by the hundreds every single day because we've offered this free thing.
that's awesome. So offering something of value
Yeah.
and creating a clickable link that easily allows them to leave their contact information for you in
Yes.
order to access the offer.
Correct.
So simple and it's so effective.
Very.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'm going to share how our audience can connect with you after our show. But as we wrap up our talk on TikTok and I dive into our Engage digital marketing news of the week, are there any other little tips or tricks or just thoughts you'd like to share on TikTok as we wrap up our talk?
For sure. So the number one thing that I would say is that short form video is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. You've got LinkedIn stories, Pinterest pins, YouTube shorts. It's all the things are going to short. And I would strongly encourage, if you're a business owner, to don't look at TikTok on your kid's phone, grandkid's phone. Download it for yourself and start engaging with content on the platform. Things you don't like, scroll past it. If you like it, like the video so TikTok can learn you, and then the algorithm is going to start sending stuff to you that you want to see. Don't wait until 2022 to start on this platform. Like, they are pushing out content like crazy. I don't have 400,000 followers on any other platform other than TikTok because they are constantly pushing out my content and helping us make money in our business. So, number one, don't wait, get on, learn the platform, take your time. Don't feel like you got to be an internet sensation overnight, but learn it now and start posting now. You won't regret it.
Boom. Wise words from our queen of TikTok, Kenya Kelly. Shweta, by the way, wanted to comment that as far as your answer to the previous question, that she agrees with everything you're saying, and being in the marketing department, it's absolutely necessary. The details should be clear and offering a value
Yep.
should be clear as well. Shweta, thank you so much for joining us. For all of the new faces that are joining us for our interactive live talk right now, I do want to take a moment and just let you know we do talks like this twice a week. Engage produces this show. We do talks twice a week with amazing guest experts. Yesterday, our talk was with Daniel Burris. You guys, he has almost 1.3 million followers on LinkedIn. Wow. He is one of the most sought after technology futurists. And he shared a lot with us about how to predict future trends so that we can be a disruptor and not be disrupted, right? So how we can get ahead and make change versus just living life as, ho hum, what will be, will be. So that was an interesting talk. Learning all about TikTok today with Kenya has been so interesting. So if you're loving these talks, I do want to encourage you when our show is over to visit the Engage LinkedIn page. And I will put that up for you quickly. There it is. So it's going to be NGAGGE. That's our company page on LinkedIn. Follow us so you can get updates on future talks. And also, if you enjoyed today's talk, if you follow us, you'll see the replay of this talk with Kenya, and you can share the link with your friends and colleagues as well. Well, listen, Kenya, this has been so enlightening. You actually got me excited about TikTok, and that's something that has not yet happened. And we are halfway through 2021. So I may take you up on your advice and not wait till 2022 because it is an incredible tool.
Mm-hmm. It really is. I mean, it's like once you get into it, you'll be like, why did I wait so long? But yeah, you just got to get started.
Well, thank you so much for your time and your insights today. Let's share with the audience if they want to connect with you on LinkedIn, since we're on LinkedIn Live. We'll put your Kenya Kelly link up on the screen for you guys to either screenshot or jot down. It's really easy. It's going to be LinkedIn Kenya Kelly, KENYA KELLY. So you can connect with Kenya there. We always advise you, if you're watching the show right now and you want to connect with Kenya, drop her a note when you hit the connect button. Leave her a message. Let her know you saw her on the Engage Digital Marketing Show so that she knows. Now let's talk about what our audience will find on your website, Kenya.
For sure. So we definitely have free tools. If you're interested in learning things about TikTok and business, you obviously will find clickable links to like my Instagram and my TikTok. And then if you ever want to work consulting with us or any of our courses, you'll find all that there as well.
Awesome. And her website is www.KENYAKELLY.com. Yep. www.kenyakelly.com for those of you listening on the audio podcast. Awesome. Well, listen, I'm going to bid you adieu. I'm going to jump into our Engage Digital Marketing News of the Week. We're going to talk about some digital trends. Kenya, I'll see you on TikTok.
Yes, Marissa. Bye, guys.
You guys, wasn't she awesome? So much energy, such an inspirational woman. And it's so exciting to hear how much she made happen in 12 months during a pandemic on TikTok. As she said, do not wait until 2022. Now is the time to take advantage of the social media app called TikTok and learn how to use it on a personal level to obviously make your life more enriched with so many different types of content, but also consider using it for B2C business marketing because as she showed us today, it's easier to do. And the only people that we're letting down if we don't do it right are ourselves. So consider using TikTok as you get into your digital marketing strategy. All right. Well, it is time for our Engage Digital Marketing News of the Week. And this week, we're sharing an article The article is by Daniel Burris. He was our guest yesterday. I'll put the link up here for the article for you. This article is titled Daniel Burris's Top 25 Technology Hard Trends Shaping 2021. Now, I'm not going to read you through the article or really go through it too much, but I wanted to share the link for you to do a little, education on your end and learn more about these hard trends. Because what we learned yesterday with our talk with Daniel is that hard trends are very easy to predict. And when you are able to predict a hard trend, you're able to change and pivot and do things in advance of those trends happening so that you're not only prepared, but you earn and gain success. And especially in the digital world that is happening and changing so fast, you have to be looking ahead towards the future. You cannot be looking at the past. And that is something that Daniel was very, very passionate about. His article is really great because a lot of his trends relate directly to digital marketing. And that's what we're here to talk about on our bi weekly show. So take some time. You can go to burris.com to check out the Engage Digital Marketing News of the Week, which is a featured article called The Top 25 Technology Hard Trends Shaping 2021. Awesome. Well, listen, you guys, today's show was one of my favorites so far. Every week, we bring you two great guests. We have a variety of topics. Next week, we're talking about optimization and using A B testing, right? We've got, so I just can't even think of all the guests we have in the pipeline. So be sure to follow us on LinkedIn. I'll share that information one more time. Follow us on LinkedIn. It's really easy. Our company page is NGAGGE. That's how you can search us in the company page section. And if you're interested, or maybe have some topic or show ideas, maybe you have a guest who is an expert in AI or an expert in another social media app, maybe they're an expert on live streaming, feel free to drop me an email. It's marissa.m@ngagge.com. And you can also follow me on LinkedIn as well for new Engage updates. Unfortunately, Marissa Morgan was taken. That was an example of me not being reactive, not looking ahead to the future. So I am the Marissa Morgan on LinkedIn. You can follow me there. And again, I want to thank you all so much for joining me. Also, your great questions and your interaction. Your questions and your interactions make the show so much fun. Don't forget to follow our expert guest, Kenya Kelly, on LinkedIn. And of course, find her on TikTok. That's where she does her thing best. On behalf of myself and the entire team at Engage, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you here next Tuesday. Our guest is Chris Daly, and he'll be teaching us how to use A B testing to increase your conversion rates 30% or more. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend.